All right, number 22, this is another fluid dynamics problem. And we're not going to do any calculation here, we're just going to treat it conceptually. And there's going to be two ideas that we think about regarding the fluid pressure here. The question asks us, so we've got water inside this container here. It's spilling out through this opening. And what did I want to say here? We've got these 4 points here, A, B, C, and D. There was somebody during the exam that asked me about, point D looks slightly lower than point C. There, I know I can be slightly evil sometimes in my questions, but no, it's not. If it looks pretty close, I'm not trying to trick you with that. All right, so the two things that we're going to consider here for pressure, we want to find which of these 4 points has the largest pressure. The first that we're going to consider is that we know that pressure increases as we move down in the fluid, as we descend downward in that fluid. And so it seems, right away, it seems that points C and D, they're certainly lower than points A and B there, so points C and D seem to have, just from that, have a higher pressure than A and B above. The other thing that we're going to consider is that when we have a moving fluid, the faster a fluid moves, that tends to reduce the pressure. The faster a fluid moves, it tends to reduce the pressure. Now, basically, we should expect that as the fluid is being ejected out of this opening, actually what happens is that the fluid slowly moves over in this large container, and as it gets very close to that opening, little segments of that fluid accelerate, and they're moving probably quite fast as they leave here. So there's a statement here that's going to help us. It says that we can approximate the fluid speed at A, C, and D to be 0. We have a large container. The fluid at these points is very, very close to 0. It's not going to be close to 0 here. Now, a moving fluid actually makes the pressure even lower. So point B is definitely out. Now, all three of these other points have 0 fluid speed, and so none of them have a further reduced pressure from the motion of the fluid. And so the answer is actually both C and D have the largest pressure. They have an equal largest pressure because they're at that same depth below and the fluid's not moving there. So it is answer E, more than one of those points.